inching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing, Winston. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early to have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Watson now to throw. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive.
And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. On play action, Winston. And that is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
To throw on second and 10. Winston. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
And the linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
On 2nd and 9, Winston throwing the out route incomplete. That's Grant. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Jameis now on 1st down. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They'll run with Sanders. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
2nd down and goal. Winston. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal. A loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stopped it well short.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So the 3 points there, CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taken at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This is what you wanted to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense?
He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Finds a seam inside the 40. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Chubb is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 27, Winston. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah
leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
And he's going to come up a few yards short, brought down at the 45. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complimentary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. To throw is Watson. It's caught. Cooper. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On 2nd down now, it's Hall, and he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man. Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb will have the 1st down and much more. And finally marked down at the 23. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this 1st half. A final shot before the break. Watson. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Here's Watson. A final shot before break. Touchdown, Browns. David Njoku as time expires in the 1st half. And the Browns go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will take us to the end of the 1st half of play. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the 2nd half in Week 8 in the NFL. This will be fielded inside the 5.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. And the Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On first down, Hall. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Watson. And he's got his big tight end here.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Watson's throw taken in by Cooper here.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Again, it's Cooper as he makes the catch. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
From the 31, Winston. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goddard. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to under pressure, and they got to him again. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Taking it about the 16. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Play action now. Winston. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the 1st. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for them and shot for them. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
The Browns drive about to get started. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings. 74 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hall, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
He's got his receiver, Cooper. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now it's Watson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
That's taken on the 25. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10.
Cleveland offense making their way out. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Flush to his right. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now Watson.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Avonte Maddox. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of...
And this is caught inside the 5. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. A big play that time for Cleveland. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1.
And they'll run again.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Winston now to throw on 1st down. This is Smith with a grab. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Here's Winston. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They'll throw again. Winston.
That's swung out wide to Sanders.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On third down, Winston.
He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
From the red zone now, Winston. It's caught by Sanders. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard. From the gun, Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the Eagles are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Winston now. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Micah Hyde. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. The 30. 10. 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter.
And that one falls incomplete. And they're left now with just 2 seconds here in the first half. One last shot now for Winston. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Browns, they fall a game under